Hey up, Rock God 2004 back with another video for you. This one is a mixture between what I've watched lately and stuff I've just got in the post. So it's a combination of both. And what I've watched and what I've received today, both have video nasty titles in as well. So unfortunately, it's not the Severin ones. I'm still waiting for them. They haven't even shipped yet. So these are ones that I've sort of bought after Christmas with the money that I got when I traded in my phone, because I upgraded my phone. And I got some cash back, so I thought, I'm having some of these. So I'll do the unboxings first. I think these are all from eBay. So I'll start with this one. I think this is just the one title, and I can't remember where everything is, to be honest. But there's one in particular I can't wait to see. Oh! That was fast. Oh, get in. Right, I got this off a site that I found. I can't remember who they were called now. And I messaged them and said, if in the illustration your titles have a slipcover, does that mean you get the slipcover? And they said, yes. So I ordered this, and I thought, I've heard no more from them. So I had a look. I've tried to track it in. Like, it's still saying, like, it said order complete, but it didn't say shipped. Anyway, it's brand new and sealed. It's a proper site. And I've gone back on it and it's sold out. I got this for 26 quid. This is the 4K of Cannibal Apocalypse. I love this film with a slip. The Blu-ray that I got was still the same company, my favourite, Kino Lorber. But the Blu-ray didn't come with the slip either, and that looked good, so I can't wait to see this. I'm assuming it's going to be the usual grey, bog standard discs, big massive KL on black background. I'm glad they've used the original cinema art though, so I'll give this a quick, and let's have a look what it looks like. Done. God, I tell you what, that blade's getting more blunt. I swear to God, it's getting a bugger to open. Now, these are all like indented a wee bit, which is no fault of anybody's, because it's the fact it's sealed. Look, it does happen on these thinner ones, so come out, you sod. Right. So it's the same artwork. I'll have a wee look, see if it is any. Oh, it is reversible. It's the blue image that you get on the Blu-ray. If you've, it's. I'll show you it. It's a pain in the ring doing this, but I'll show you. It's that one. I want to stay with that, even though that's on the slipcover. That's the artwork I remember. That was the video nasty artwork. So yeah, that is what is staying, my friends. Ah, and the discs are different. I like this. I like this.
My plug hole absolutely stinks.
Because it smells like piss.
Oh. I like that. Meaning the way they've done the discs. It is plain, but not as plain as what they normally are, because this says, for God's sake, what doesn't say that? I'm just making sure that that's protected. The paper, yeah, right. So now this doesn't just say Kino Lorber, it says Kino Cult. So because it says that, they've actually done a different disc. It is a black disc, but they've actually put the Cannibal Apocalypse logo as it should be. Now that I don't mind. So you get the Blu-ray and you get the 4K. Unrated. I tell you what made me look for this, because I do keep looking for it every now and again, and then I forget. And it's one of them where I'm thinking, time's cracking on. Oh, I didn't check my discs, boys and girls. Time's cracking on. I want to miss out on this if I don't get it quick. The 4K is absolutely flawless. And the Blu-ray also is. I'm assuming that the Blu-ray's been upscaled as well to the 4K because of the 4K transfer. So, the other day, I watched my very good friend, Scott at the Movie Critic. Scott at the Movie Critic. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Hi guys.
Do you know what? I never used to actually swear in my videos. I'd save it for the live stream, but I pissed myself off that much. I can't help myself. I was watching Scott, the Movie Critic. Link down be fucking low to Scott's channel. He got this for Christmas, and I was like, oh, where did you get that from? Because obviously for Christmas, I'm assuming like his mum or dad will have ordered him it or somebody like that, a family member. And I thought, I wonder where they got that. So I went on eBay looking for it. Somebody offered me it for 30 odd quid, second hand. And that was like with an offer. I was like, no. So I just typed it in and I Googled it. And then this site come up. I've never heard of them. Can't remember them. I'm pretty sure it's got boutique in the website's name. It's a UK company. And it was reduced from 30 odd quid to 26. And it was free postage. That is a bargain for a 4K like that. So yeah, cheers, Scott. You jogged my memory to say like it's time for me to look again. And I found it just right, because if it had been a week before, A, I wouldn't have had the money to get it. And B, chances are it would have sold out when I found it. So yeah. So that's the 4K to Cannibal Apocalypse, which is a section 1 video nasty. Next up, I'll do the other brown envelope. I can't remember what this is, but this feels quite heavy. Oh, that explains. You are going to laugh at this. Because it's not a video nasty. This is terrifying, though. Terrifying the fact I bought it. Anyway, like they said in the young ones, this is a Disney nasty. This is the Platinum 3-disc edition, I think it is. Bloody hell, of Pinocchio. I'm chuffed. With a slip. I got this for something ridiculous, like 3 quid. People charge more than that for this without a slip. Now, this actually looks in better nick than what I thought, because it's embossed as well. Lovely, look at that. It's a lovely slip. But that there's just where a bit of the blue paint has come off, or ink. Now, looking at it on eBay, it looked worse than that. So, I'm over the moon. I haven't seen this for years, so I'm only getting certain Disney ones as a handful. There'll be sort of, I've got about 5 of them now. There'll be less than 10. Let's have a look what you're getting here. Woo! That looks brand new. It does even still have that in. There's a little insert you get, which I don't know what it is. It looks like a little booklet. DisneyDVDs.co.uk. Sign up now, yeah, because that's going to work, isn't it? And you get a little booklet-y thing with a charity on the back. So they're all intact there. And then you get Disc 1 Blu-ray. Let's just have a look. It doesn't even look like it's been out of the box. There's not a mark on it. Looks brand new. 3 quid. And it is one of the ones I wanted. I didn't like those slip covers that they brought out. You know what, you got them in HMV and they all like match. I thought they look crap. So I'm glad I got this one. And then disc 2 is the DVD. And then disc 3, I think, is that a digital? Oh no, it's bonus. Bonus features. I don't, to the best of my knowledge, I'm probably wrong, but I don't think Pinocchio had a Disney sequel, and to be honest, I'm not bothered. That's just the same, absolutely spotless. I'm very chuffed. And the Blu-ray extra features. The other ones I've got like 101 Dalmatians, Peter Pan, Pete's Dragon, and The Rescuers. They're all in like a slip box, and they've all got the sequels or remakes with them. But because there wasn't one for this, I tried to get the best thing, and I spotted this platinum one with the slip. I was like, I've been after this for ages. It doesn't go for a lot normally, but you get people selling it from £7 to £20. I got this, yeah, like I said, it was like £3, couple of quid postage, but even so, I think it was £4 odd in total. And that is in beautiful condition. So that is Walt Disney's Pinocchio 70th anniversary edition. This is the bad boy. This is the bad boy of my deliveries. I didn't realise when I got these, they're off the same seller. And I have already bought one off him, and I've got another one on the way, I think. The one that I've actually received off him, I'll be showing you that in a minute in what I've watched. Well, what I saw of it. But I'll still tell you what I thought. But this one, I can thank, in a way, I can thank John for this one over at Mondo, Chelloveck. I'll leave a link below to John's channel as well. He got this sent to him the other day. Now, I've wanted the film because it's a video nasty. I never knew it had a slipcover. His has got the slip, so of course I thought, this is an old one, this is going to go for a fortune. And there was loads in America, 60, 70 odd pound, plus 20, 30 pound shipping. I was like, yeah, I can kiss that one goodbye. And I looked again, there was one in this country. And it had a bid on it, I think, for £1. So I thought, right, I want to put my maximum bid here. So I put £33. One bidder had been outbid me, and he stopped at 31. And I thought, nah, this is getting too close for comfort. So I upped it to £37 something. Thankfully, it didn't go any higher. I got it for £31. Now, when you consider that's a Blu-ray, some people might think, well, that was expensive. When you see what it is, it isn't. Because you probably would have paid more than this for it when it was new from America. And when you see where everybody else is selling it for. So, this, I found, was a bargain because it had the slip. If you want it without the slip, it's 20 odd quid. Look at that. Looks just about new. There's a couple of like sort of shelf marks, that's about it. So this is, so thanks for showing this, John, by the way. This is the Vinegar Syndrome release of Night Beast. Look at that effing slip. Look at that. I had no idea that existed. I remember seeing the front cover in the video shops. I never ever rented it. It had spot glossing. Beautiful. And then you get the Night Beast logo there. And you get it on the other side, but with the Vinegar Syndrome logo at the bottom there, all embossed. Beautiful, lad. I'd gone to buy this quite a few times with this cover, thinking that this was it. Looking like that. Didn't even know that existed until John showed it, so I'm over the moon. And I also didn't know when I seen it like this that it was a Vinegar Syndrome title. So yeah, you can tell this is from a collector as well. Put a little one of them in to stop them from like jiggling about. So you get the DVD and you get the Blu-ray. Both beautiful picture discs. Amazing condition. Nice picky disc there, same as that front art. To save me taking it out, there's the reverse art there. Now, I don't know if that's the original cinema art or what, but that image is the one I remember on the video cover. So I'm keeping it as that. That's the video nasty image. I can't wait to see this. I've heard it's like really cheesy, but it's like a really good sort of like creature feature type of thing. And again, nothing. There's the DVD with the other artwork. Do you know what? I love Vinegar Syndrome, but they don't do as many titles that I would go for as what Severin do. But when they do get some, my God, they get it right. They are one of my favourite labels. Some of the stuff I've got video nasty wise, like that Flesh for Frankenstein, or Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, it's also known as. That is absolutely beautiful. And another one that well, there's two I want of theirs, and I know I'm never going to get them. I did not see them selling out. I really, really want Showgirls and Roadhouse, the proper box ones. They're like special edition ones. They're beautiful. I was gutted, absolutely gutted. I was mainly bothered about Roadhouse, but I seem to be becoming a little bit of a Paul Verhoeven fan, don't I? So I really would like. I did watch Showgirls on DVD, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. For me, that blew what you call it? Oh God, Boogie Nights out the water. I wasn't overly keen on that, but I loved Showgirls, and oh God, look at the clip of that. I cannot wait. And he's a handsome brute. So yes, that goes on for 81 minutes. 1982, I actually thought it was a lot older than that. But I cannot believe I've got this with that slip. I am absolutely ecstatic. 31 quid, yeah. Cheapest on eBay, only one in the country that was on there. And I thought, yeah, thank you so much. Night Beast. And the last one, which is from the same seller I got Night Beast from, another one of them inside. This is another Section 3. I'd not heard of this until I started collecting them more. I've never seen it. Never seen it. And I've just opened it because I thought, hey, wait a minute, yeah, and it is a DVD-R, but however, it does have a barcode, and it is a proper screen print. So it must have just been made like that, and it is DVD only. This is very, very obscure. You don't hear of this one very much. This one's called Wrong Way. What made me think when I was looking at it, why it looks like a bootleg is that. And Desert Island Classics. Anyway, I've got it. So that's the main thing. Two girls are driving home when their car breaks down in the country and are kidnapped by a gang of drug-crazed hippies. They escape, but soon run into a death cult. Meanwhile, the father of one of the girls gets the police to begin an investigation into their disappearance. So it does sound promising. Very misleading title. But that disc looks chronic. And also, when I seen that, I thought, yeah, this is going to be a DVD-R, and it is. But, never mind. I don't think it's the seller's fault. I think they all look like this. If anybody's watching who has this, confirm it. Is it a DVD-R, like a burnt to order thing? Because I know it's like, I don't even get anywhere else. This is so obscure. It really is. So I really, really want to see this. 1972. Wow. 78 minutes, so it's a short one as well. Section 3 again, Wrong Way. So that brings me to what I have watched this past week. And I started off with this film because Marcus I can never remember his title. This is what you get for picking stupid titles with X's and all sorts in. It's got something to do with XFile in it, and then another load of numbers. XFile 101 or some bloody thing. I'll leave a link below to his channel anyway. I was round his house, and when I was round, I took him a few titles round, and he lent me two Blu-rays. And the first one, as you know, that I watched was Ebola Syndrome. Jesus Christ, that was so crap. And the other one was this little belter, The Car. I really enjoyed this. It was, he got it pretty much spot on, did Marcus. He said to me, do you like Jewel? I went, love it. He went, right, imagine Jewel. I said, yeah. He said, do you like Christine? I went, love Christine. He went, it's like a cross between the two, but it's more like Jewel. I was like, oh. Sold. So anyway, I've watched it, really enjoyed it. So I think I will be getting that one myself when I see it at a bargain price. Yes, I will. It's a 70s film. There's bits in it I did not expect at all to happen, especially, I'm not going to say, because if you haven't seen it, watch it. What I will tell you, fun fact, the two little girls who play his daughters. It's James Brolin out of the Amityville Horror, and he's a cop, and he's got a girlfriend. He's split from his wife, and there's two daughters. Are Kyle Richards and Kim Richards. Kim Richards is the little girl who gets the ice cream off the van in Assault on Precinct 13. And Kyle Richards is little Lindsay Wallace from the original Halloween. Both great child actresses. I only found out last year that I had no idea they were sisters. I didn't really know Kim Richards' name, and to be honest, I still would have put two and two together. It's not like they're the spit of each other. And Kim's blonde, and Kyle is really dark-haired, like black hair. So yeah, when I see them, I was like, my God. So they play sisters in this, and they are sisters in real life. Bit of trivia there for you. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Car, I do recommend it. You can get it on Arrow. So yeah, James Brolin, Kim and Kyle Richards in The Car. This one is the other one that I bought off the guy who I've got Night Beast off and Wrong Way. This is another video nasty. This is also another obscure one. This is not easy to get. DVD only. This isn't a burnt disc, but it is a German disc. I do think it's uncut. Unfortunately, I fell asleep, not because I was bored, but because I was just that tired. And I missed a huge chunk, so I need to watch this again. However, this is bizarre. This is an old film as well. This is 1971. This is like a softcore, film. Frankie Vaughan mixed in with a bit of horror type of thing. It's like this. It's simulated. They're not really doing it, but this one is called The Toy Box. This is another Section 3, and this was one of the ones that I never thought I was going to get hold of. And some of the filth scenes in it, I'm saying filth, they're laughable. I was bad laughing. It was so funny. It was entertaining. But my God, when I woke up, there was a bit on. I was like, what the hell has gone on here? I think I've been dragged into another planet. It is absolutely batshit. I can't even read the synopsis to you because it's in German or Dutch, whatever it is. Anyway, is that the same? I don't know. I'm going to put the menu on this. I think it's got that face on, but it's got that flying saucer in the corner. One of these little bodies just keeps going. It just amused me. It just highly amused me. And I thought, this is going to be such a bad picture. And you know what? It ain't great, but it's nowhere near as bad as I was expecting. I think it's a little bit better than like a VHS copy, but possibly even better. Sometimes it looks like a VHS rip. Sometimes it looks a hell of a lot better. I've seen far worse, but my God, this is low budget. Yeah, but when it first comes on, you get 3 words, and I'm sure is Dansk. I just guessed. I don't know whether Dansk is, but there was Dansk, someone else, and the third one down, I thought, I'm sure that's English. Anyway, I went down, pressed it, it came on, menu and everything in English. Press play, language was in English, but the subtitles automatically come on to turn subtitles off. And it starts off with this blonde woman in a car going to see Uncle, as she calls him. And apparently he expects her to do like things, yeah, while he watches. But there's more to it than that. It is bizarre. I'll let you know properly what it's like when I've watched it all the way through without falling asleep. But yeah, that's a picture disc. That's I personally didn't see a flying saucer in it, but that probably happened when I fell asleep. And it is a proper silver press disc. And this was sealed. This was brand new sealed. So yes, a Harry Novak film. I thought Harry Novak made Frankie Vaughan films. So if he did, maybe this is like Flesh Gordon, and there is had scenes that were cut. I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Can you imagine? I know I'm trying to describe this without getting thrown off. But if that's the lady laying down and that's the man, well, as it's going like that, there's like a gap between the area where you would see. There's nothing there. It's like he's nowhere near her. It wasn't made to titillate that way. I don't know what it was made for. It was definitely high as a kite. So that is a section 3 one ticked off the list. You've got to see this film. It is mental. The Toy Box. Then last night I was thinking, I fancy watching a film, but I don't want to put that one on again because I put the Toy Box on at tea time. This was a bit later on. I thought, I want to watch a film, but I don't want to watch something like, new that's been sent or new that I've got with. I thought, I want to watch something that I really fancy, like one of my own that I bought type of thing that I've already seen. So I just had a quick look at my 4Ks there, and this just screamed out to me because I've been saying for ages, long overdue a watch of this. This is it's just an absolute masterpiece. This is Dario Argento's The Bird with a Crystal Plumage. What a film. This is the original art edition. There's a guy from America. He's over in Italy. I can't remember. He's not an actor, is he? No, he's over anyway. And his girlfriend follows him later on. But he's out for a walk after being somewhere, and he's walking past this building. As he looks in, he sees a woman getting attacked inside her house by this figure all dressed in black with like a Trilby, a Freddy Krueger hat, and he's got like leather coat or leather trousers, and they're grappling away there. And then she falls down the stairs, blood pouring out of her stomach. He jumps over the balcony, or she jumps over the balcony, wherever it is, because with these you can never tell. You always assume it's a man, and it isn't always, so I'm saying nothing. So anyway, he jumps over the balcony, they jump over the balcony and escape. So, because he was a witness, the coppers take his passport off him. He's due to go back home to the States, and they won't let him off the country. But then he gets so into trying to find who this killer is that he has the chance to go home, and he misses it. So he has to go a bit later on. Anyway, his girlfriend comes over and gives him a little bit of love. And these murders start happening. Now, it's only a 15, and this is not as gory, nowhere near as gory as like the rest of Dario Argento's stuff. And I think because of the time, it was 1971, was it? It was somewhere around that time. 1970. So I think actually we're filming it in 69, so I've been 1. So for the time though, it's like they must have just been like testing the water, and they couldn't go too far. Anyway, there's still like bits of that and stuff, and you think, Jesus, it's such an amazing film. And then the reel at the end, I was like, I had forgot, but then so far through, I think I'd remembered. Such a good story, such a brilliantly directed film. And what I didn't notice the first time I watched it when I got this as well, because I think I was too busy concentrating on how much grain there was. The reds in this, the colours, you might look around and you think everything's like just as a normal palette, and it'll turn around, you see something red, it's like, whoa, pass me the sunglasses. It looks outstanding. This is such a brilliant film. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. That's Dario Argento's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. What I bought before Christmas, finally got around to watching. Blazing Saddles. My God, what a film. I love this. I haven't seen it for years. I still loved it. I didn't proper belly laugh as much as what I used to. I think it was one of the I used to watch regular. I know quite a lot of what happens. I remembered it, but I was still laughing. It's still funny. It would never be made this day. It's very, very, very impolitically correct, for God's sake. But Gene Wilder is brilliant in it. I don't know that guy who plays the sheriff, but I'm sure he very sadly passed away. But this is it's one of my favourite comedy films of all time. This is up there with Airplane and Stir Crazy. It's just a comedy western. It's basically, the storyline is this town is rough as a badger's ass, and they can't get anybody. The sheriff gets killed, so that they can't get anybody to be the sheriff. So they go to this. It's like when slavery was a thing, and it's like all the black people are making this new rail to the new town, and they give him the job of like, oh, we've got you a job, sheriff, and he's like, oh, sheriff, yeah. So off he goes to this town. There's a lot of racist marks in it, but it is genuinely funny. There's a bit in it where one of the characters is called Mondo, and he's the guy who plays Porky's brother, the sheriff in Porky's. He's Mongo, and I don't want to say it without spoiling. There's an animal. It does something. I mean, this animal is big, and he just punches it and knocks it out. Well, it just makes me laugh every time. And the bit around the campfire with the beans. Jesus. The thing is, it was one of them as well. When it's finished, I think, I didn't want that to end yet, because it ends a bit strange. It goes off the rail and comes back into it. And it makes you think, like, I want to watch that again now, because I wasn't ready for it to finish. But, yeah, it's a Mel Brooks film. 93 minutes. I actually thought it was shorter than that. It doesn't feel 93 minutes. And this, again, was early 70s. This was 1974. Yeah, before Jaws. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. But if you're like a snowflake or anything, or a woke person, or just be careful. Tread with extreme caution. Blazing Saddles. I also watched an 88 films release, and this one's from 1966. Peter Cushing. As soon as I seen Peter Cushing, sold. However, I'm sure I remember this film from when I was a kid. It's not what I remember, but it's the thing. Anybody? I was only little. I was less than 10. I was about 8 when I seen it last. I just remember these creatures with long necks, but in the shape of tortoises. This was Island of Terror. I really enjoyed this. It wasn't the best film ever made, but I did really enjoy it. I'm glad I've got it, because I've been looking for this film for years. I don't think there's another film with like these creatures in it or anything similar. I think he's a copper, if I remember right. I know he is, and I think that might be his boss. Or one's a copper, one's a doctor, whatever. And they go over to this island because people are getting killed and they don't know what it is. And I think they think it's some sort of virus at first. And there's somebody on the island, he's testing things to find a cure for cancer. But what he doesn't realise is during his experiment, he releases something that he accidentally didn't do it deliberately, and these things just pop up. I honestly thought at first that this was a Tygon film, but it's not. It's PFD, Planet Film Productions. And it is only a PG. Now, you do get the original certificate on this, and it was a certificate X back in the day. I have reversed the art because it's normally that one, so I've turned it round. I think it must be similar to the original UK quad poster. And there you go, certificate X. It's actually got it on there as well. So an X is an 18. Now it's down to a PG. Wow, how times have changed. I absolutely adore Peter Cushing. I could watch him act. I could sit and listen to him talk all day. But in this, he's actually quite witty. He has a few quips. He has a bit of banter going with the other dude. That fella next to him, who is also in the Michael Caine Jack the Ripper film. He's a copper in that. You get a booklet, no poster, and there's your disc. Definitely well worth a watch. If you're a fan of stuff like Hammer, or Tygon, or Amicus, or Quatermass, which is a Hammer film. I think you'll probably like this. I got this off Amazon. It was reduced to, I think I got it for £13, so it's come back up now. But yeah, definitely worth a watch. Island of Terror. Now, this is one I bought months ago. This is one of the ones that I pre-ordered, and due to lack of funds, I had to cancel. It was like $16.99. And then when I went looking on Amazon one day, this is long before Christmas. This was November or early December. I seen this, it was reduced to about £7. And Amazon had it £7. I was like, I am having that. And this was on the pictures at the time. I think this was 1974. No, it was 1976. 2 year old. And this is Billy Connolly, Big Banana Feet. This has not been released since the rental VHS days when it was a certificate AA, which is a 15. This is now a 12. Getting hold of it, like rocking our shite. Somebody sent me, one of my subscribers sent me like a burnt copy of it. I don't know where I put it, but I never got to watch it. So when this came out of Blu-ray, fully restored, I thought, yeah, I'm having that. And I watched it. And it was basically like just like a little documentary of his tour when he was going like, or he went over to Ireland. Showed him getting off the plane and all the soldiers are stood there. He's taking photos with them and giving autographs and stuff. And you can tell it was before he was like massively world famous, because like, and he does actually have these boots on. I would have loved to have seen these boots in the flesh. I wonder if he's still got them. So it's more like a documentary, just following him around, but like it shows you clips of his live shows, and he was funny even back then. There is some extra features on which I don't think I've watched yet. Yeah, there's like Film Festival Kaleidoscope, 31 minutes. That must be like a little documentary. A panorama of the Clyde, from Bigger to Brodick with Billy Connolly as your guide. I've never seen that either. I'll be watching that. Blast, 1975, 24 minutes. A Made for the Arts Council of Great Britain. Murray Grigor's award-winning short film exposes vorticism, a radical art movement of the earlier 20th century. I think I've just talked myself out of it. Jesus. So this is released on the BFI label, and I'm over the moon to see that they did use the cinema art, the original cinema quad poster art as well. You get a booklet, and you get it on Blu-ray. Is that DVD or is that bonus features? I can't remember now. It's a DVD, yeah, both. It's a film on both. You don't get many people doing that now, putting DVDs in, do you? But yeah, if you can get that for £7, and obviously if you like Billy Connolly, well worth getting. Nice slip as well. Big Banana Feet. Then my very good friend Carlos from Eastwood for Life, Eastwood Fan for Life, Eastwood for Life fan, doing it again. I'll leave a link below to his channel. He sent me this, like little Chrissy Prezzy. This is Django. My God, I loved it. I do like the Tarantino one a hell of a lot, but I'd never seen this. And I've always been curious about it. When I opened it, I was like, oh my God, and it's on 4K. And it's like this beautiful collector's box. It's got another disc in, which is also a 4K, which is an interview and his thoughts on the film with Quentin Tarantino. I tell a lie. No, I don't. It is on 4K, but they are both on the same disc. I was thinking it was a 2-disc. It's not. They're both on there. But the film itself, Django, I thought, watch this, be like, what you call it? Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and A Fistful of Dollars be about 2.5 to 3 hours long. It's only on an hour and a half. And just from the opening scene, it had me like that. It's weird because it's more like a, what's going on here? It just starts off like it's raining and like mud, horrible mud, and you see this pair of boots walking through the mud covered in the stuff. and he's pulling something. And then this song starts, and then you see him pulling this coffin. And I'm thinking, what the hell's he dragging a coffin round for? And my mind's going here. Then this song starts, and I'm listening to the lyrics, and it's saying something about Django, blah, 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 and you've lost your true love. You had a true love, you've lost her, and you're never going to see her again. She's gone. And I was like, oh, there he is, pulling it there. Just noticed. And I thought, Jesus Christ, I hope the body's not in there. So he goes to this town, and he drags the coffin in with him. He says, do not touch my coffin. He sorts out a few people as well. And then he's like, it's basically him like just trying to sort of clean the town up a little bit. It's absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I'm not a Western fan by any stretch of the imagination. My Western likeage goes from A Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, that trilogy. Another one I got, which was part of the Grindhouse releasing collection that I got, and I wouldn't have bought it if it hadn't been on that. It's called The Big Gun Down. That's got Lee Van Cleef as well. And you know what? I really enjoyed that as well. And The Unforgiven, I watched that once before. I remember liking it, but I need to watch that again. Once Upon a Time in the Mess. Once Upon a Time in the Mess? What a bell end! Once Upon a Time in the West was very good, but it wasn't brilliant. I don't think I like it as much as everybody else does. It was far too long for me, and that opening scene in the train station got on my wick. And if I'd been there, I must admit, I would have stuck that harmonica right up Charles Bronson's ring. This was far better. This is like an hour and a half, and it was bang, straight to the point, no messing. Get on with it. Loved it. So yes, I highly recommend this if you haven't seen it. Especially for its age. It's quite violent for its age. It's a 15. I'm assuming when it come out, it will have been an 18. Carlos was telling me it was banned for a long time because of a couple of scenes. And there is a bit in it which is very sort of similar to and where he got the idea from, apparently. So Carlos was telling me, you know the bit in Reservoir Dogs where somebody sat in a chair, the policeman, and he gets his ear off? Yeah, happens in this as well. And apparently that's where Tarantino got it from. So that is Sergio, we'll see if I can pronounce this, Corbucci's Django. So the last two I've watched are both video nasties. This one I ordered and it was sealed brand new, and I've been dying to get this one for ages. Right, this title is disgusting because it makes you think straight away, you filthy beast. It's nothing like that at all. I think they've given it this title to sell it and make people go, which goes to show what perverts the human race is, really. On the video nasties list, oh, fuck me, man. You dirty cunt. Sorry about that, boys and girls. I had to cut there because that dirty bastard farted. If I can hear it, I'm going to leave it in so you can hear it. Anyway, this is a video nasty, and on the video nasties list, it was called Abducted, which sounds wonderful. This is the American title. Just let that sink in. Right, this Igor-looking bruise isn't even in it. There's not one single one of these is a schoolgirl, and there's not many chains in it. But why they're called it, apparently they all hated it. It wasn't originally called that, but the studio changed it to Schoolgirls in Chains, and they hated it. It was, I think it was originally, it was changed for a while as well to just Girls in Chains. It's not much better, but you know, it's better than with the school there on the front. I tell you what, though, it's a pretty damn good film. It's very low budget, and the storyline is there's this lass, a car breaks down, and she's out on the motorway in the States, getting out looking at it, and this dude pulls up and says, "Oh, have you been waiting long and all this lot?" And she says, "Oh, I don't know what it is, but so he has a look." And he comes back and he says, "Oh, you're such and such is broke." He said, she went, I was like, "What am I going to do?" He said, "Well, there's a garage down the road. I can take you if you want to." She went, "Oh, would you please?" "Yeah." Idiot. She shouldn't have done that. So he gets her in the car and she's like, "You've passed it." He went, "Yeah, I know." Doesn't crack a smile, nothing. Carries on going. Anyway, he gets to this house and you think, "Oh, that's a nice big house." And he drags her around the back and he opens this door and he puts her down the stairs and there's two lasses chained up. And she's like, "How long have you been here?" And she went, 2 weeks. And just the other one was laid on a bed and she looks like full of cold. I think she's on pneumonia or something. She's like, "Been here months." And she desperately needs medical help, you can see. And they basically want to use these as little toys. It's not all like, as in, I want to do this, that, the other to you. There's a brother, and you can see by looking, he's very special. Well, he's got the mind of a child, and he just wants to keep going down and says, "Do you want to play?" And like unlocks their chains and that, and goes and plays like normal child games with them. But when they're done, they've got to get chained back up again. But it's actually a really good story. It wasn't bad. It's low budget. It's not the most action-packed film, but I didn't find it slow. It's not that long either. It's an hour and a half, 90 minutes. But a hell of a lot better than I expected it to be. And I tell you what as well, this is a Code Red release. I've seen the trailer to this on the Video Nasties documentaries, and it looks rough. Like, I thought this was going to be sort of like Forest of Fear / Toxic Zombies. Bad. It's not. It actually looks really good. There's the picture disc as well. I just wish they'd have called it Abducted, like it was on the Video Nasties list. I'd have even settled for if it had been reversible artwork with the original Video Nasties work on, but apart from that, that's the only thing I can fault it for, that title. This one was from 1982. It feels like a 70s film because it's like out in the outback type of thing. But it's definitely well worth a watch. And if you are collecting the Video Nasties, I would try and get this quick because I think it's going out of print. I've been watching it on a few places and it's like it's vanishing, and it is Code Red. I think a lot of people don't know what this is. They'll see that and they'll just like, "Oh, it's just another drive-in thing or another B movie type of thing." But if you are collecting the Video Nasties, try and get this. This was £22, I think it was, for an American Blu-ray. So it wasn't too bad at all. So that is Schoolgirls in Chains. Or, under the far better Video Nasty title, Abducted. And the last one. I haven't showed you these in order that I've watched them, by the way. And this is also a Video Nasty. The most of these Nasties, I think all of them are actually what I've watched, what I've unboxed, or anything like that. These are all Section 3. So if anybody's just like collecting the Section 1, or even the Section 1 and 2, you might be thinking, well, that's not a Video Nasty. It's a Section 3. So it is on the list. But these weren't outright banned. This one, again, this is another one that's a DVD only. This should have been a Section 1. There are some awful bits in this. This one is a documentary, and it's not Faces of Death. I think this one was slightly worse. This is Brutes and Savages. A bit like Faces of Death, there is real bits, and there is blatantly obvious acted bits, that being the biggest one. There's a guy in a lake fighting with a crocodile. It is actually funny. It's this huge rubber crocodile. And this is like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what he did this for. It just, Fascinated by forbidden rituals and ceremonies, world explorer Arthur Davis takes a crew with hidden cameras to Africa and South America to secretly record the beauty and horror of the law of the jungle. So it shows like sort of animal sacrifices, which is the nastiest bits of all. And then it also shows you like some of the rituals and some of the customs that they've got there. It starts in South Africa. Then when they film all what they wanted there, they go to South America. If you are collecting these and you are getting the Section 3s and you don't like the animal cruelty, approach with care. The good thing is it's nowhere near as bad as Cannibal Holocaust. I don't ever want that to be beaten, to be honest. But it's not far. It's you know, the turtle scene in Cannibal Holocaust is really gruesome and it's really bad to watch. There's a one that's bad to watch, and it does last a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but it's not like minutes out like that. And I'll tell you, in the kindest possible way, and it's the first thing you see, basically. It's within the first couple of minutes. It's a llama. And these guys, like, just get it to the ground, wrestle it down, and then one just, like, cuts off its head while it's alive. And obviously when he starts, you hear it shout out. It's not nice, so be careful. It's not as bad as the turtle scene, and even though in Cannibal Holocaust, where they start by just cutting the turtle's head off, it's what's happened that happens afterwards. Saving grace with that is at least the head was off, the poor thing was already gone. So the worst thing you see, it doesn't feel it, but it just looks horrendous. Whereas this, it probably felt more because they're actually cutting through with a knife. Whereas like the turtle, it was like off with a machete, one blast, done. That's the worst bit, and it's early on. There is another turtle death, but this is something to do with a ceremony to do with marriage. And you see a young couple go to get married, and they don't have to, but they do. They cut the turtle's head off, but they don't want it to kill. They want the blood, and they want to wipe themselves in the blood. It's got something to do with purity or luck or something. But they don't then chop it up and cut it up. Apparently they respect animals. I can't remember whether they said they never mentioned eating it. I think they bury it or something. And the same when they do the same with the llamas. When they've done that to llama, they'll then cut it down. You know, like you see it getting gutted as well. Like it's like a butchered, but then they bury it as a mark of respect because like they think that they've sent it to a better place. It is bizarre. It really is. It's not nice to watch. I think there's about 5 animal deaths in it. But the documentary itself is very interesting. If you can stomach Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox, this will be no problem to you. This is only a DVD release. The DVD looks like the Cannibal Holocaust discs, except the Cannibal Holocaust ones are film reels. That's just like a star, I don't know what it is, but the blood spatter, it just makes it look like it. And you do get a little pamphlet-y thing with the chapter stops in as well. I had this out when I was watching it because I was waiting for it there. It's got the chapters. So it says like opening titles, African living, ceremonies and sacrifice. It's during one of those 3 chapters where you see it. Fight for love. That's blokes fighting over a woman like to kill each other to the death. That's acted, I think. Well, I know it is. Manhood initiation. I can't remember what that is. South America, Death Village, Turtle Wedding Ceremony. There you go, it speaks for itself. Bolivian cocaine. That's interesting. Stone battle. Brain surgery. You do actually see brain surgery, if I remember rightly. Erotic Inca Museum. It's about as erotic as playing marbles. Jaguar death. That's a bit naughty, that one. It's a jaguar getting killed by it starts off as one with about 5 of them alligators. It's brutal, but it's nature. You've seen it before in nature programs. And the last one, I think I'm doing it deliberately to end it on a high note. It's called Llama Orgy. It's something. It's like the mating season, and all these llamas are down, and the female llama like kneels down like they do, and then the male comes and does its thing from behind. But the men and the women actually help it in, guide it in, as it were. And I swear to God, the expression on the male llama's face is sheer smugness. And that's the normal part. What happens afterwards? The men have to pull their trousers down and simulate doing the same thing to said female llamas. They're not doing it. It's just like a sort of a ritually dancey thing that I do, but it's not normal, I tell thee. It's weird. So yeah, if you're going to get this, it is quite an entertaining documentary, but trust me, there's some bad scenes in it. The llama being the worst, but it's not as bad as Cannibal Holocaust. That's the only saving grace I can really tell you. And this one is only available on DVD, and this is on the Synapse label, Brutes and Savages. So there you go. That's the lot. Watch more than what I thought I had, actually. Like I said, don't forget, if anybody out there has got that wrong way on DVD, let me know. Is yours the same? Like a burnt disc type of thing. I'll be very annoyed if mine's the only one. And don't be the wind-up merchant. Yeah, mine's normal, yours is bent, you've got a dodgy one, when you've probably never even heard of it. This is just like trolls. And it's just a genuine, serious question. Just don't be a knob, just answer me. If you don't know, don't tell me. Can't wait to watch Night Beast. I will be telling you what that one's like. I'm so excited for that one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much indeed for watching. All two of you. I really do appreciate it. There was something else I was going to say. Yeah, I still haven't had my Severin order shipped. I don't know whether I told you that. I've emailed them because it's now been 6 or 7 weeks. It's a joint Christmas birthday present. It's my birthday on Monday, so it's obviously not going to be here for then, is it? Unless they ship it out now and say, quick. I told them it was my birthday deliberately. I don't suppose for 1 second it's going to make any difference. I've been very polite, and I've just said to them, you know, like, I know you're being hassled by a lot of, I won't say the word I use, I said, but this is just a friendly question, like, any idea when, you know, you'll be shipping to the UK type of thing. I've been very, very pleasant. If I get a snotty email back, they will get one back. That's another story, but we'll see. But I can't wait for them to land us 5 video nasties on 4K. Missed Christmas, and it looks like I'm going to miss my birthday as well. So, but it's what I wanted, to be honest. I'd rather wait, but I just didn't expect to be waiting this long. They've never took this long before. Severin are usually pretty good. They say, "Oh, we're inundated. You'll get them late and all that," and then they still usually turn up either just before or just after Christmas. This is the longest I've ever waited, so we'll see. But yes, thank you very much for watching, all 2 of you. For the second time I've said that. I do hope you have enjoyed this one. Let me know about Wrong Way if you've seen it, and let me know if you've seen any of the others and what you think. Have you seen Brutes and Savages, and what did you make of it? It's not pleasant. I'll see you very soon on the next video. Thank you so much. See you later. Ta-ta. His list. Oh, fuck me, man. You dirty cunt.
Oh, what the fuck?